Well, I guess that was probably one of the worst performances I've seen all year. What do we? The game's not even over yet, and I'm doing this video. I just can't watch it anymore. That was so bad. We expected them to come in, everyone's pumped up, the building's full, fired up, ready to go, and come out firing. And yet they did nothing of the sort. And it hurt. It really does. Because now you're down 2 games. And it was bad from the start. Marco Estrada was not good. Bottom line, he wasn't good. Couldn't throw strikes. But he didn't really get any help at all from his defense. Melvin Upton, in my books, made 2 to 3 errors. I know 2 for sure. Well, maybe it's not an error, but it feels like 3 in my books. The one that he lunged and went off the end of his glove, obviously the pop fly that he just dropped. And then the ball down the line that Brock Holt hit, and that he misplayed, and he ended up getting to second. I don't know if he would have gotten to second anyways. It doesn't really matter. And Devin Travis, once again, they talked before the game, oh, this guy, he's been taking a lot of infield balls, yesterday. Or no, on Wednesday when they got back from New York. Oh, great. Makes another error. I mean, it was sad to watch, and also bouncing ball over Saunders' head. I think that was early in the game. It might have been the first inning actually that happened. It was, and then they battle back, get a couple, and then it just goes down the hole again. I mean, it felt. I have to give the Boston Red Sox credit. They came in firing. They're like, we want this, and we're going to take it. And honestly, the Jays really didn't seem like they wanted this game. I don't know if they came in all lackadaisical or what, but they didn't seem to have their head in the game from the get-go. It really didn't seem like it at all. And something that caught my eye early in the game, it kind of changed later, not really, but again, we've actually talked about this before. Watching first pitch strikes down the middle. There were some times where, Porcello pitched a great game, but there were times where he was throwing first pitch fastballs in very hittable spots, but they were taking them, and instantly you're behind in the count, giving him a spot, giving him ahead in the count so he can challenge you now. And then you foul a good pitch off or a tough pitch. Now you're down 0-2, where you could have hit the first pitch, possibly got a base, possibly got a home run, and different situations. But man, watching first pitch strikes, the whole second inning, we went 3 up, 3 down. Each batter watched first pitch strikes. Donaldson just did not look good at the plate today. Jose Bautista watching a fastball right down the middle for strike 3. I don't understand what's going on there. It was just a comedy of errors, not the greatest at-bats. The third inning was the only inning that had decent at-bats, and that was from the bottom of the lineup. And then the top of the lineup, Donaldson strikes out, Edwin grounds into double play, the 2 guys you expect to do damage. It was tough. But you know what? Like I said, you have to give the Boston Red Sox a lot of credit for what they did. They could tell from the start Marco Estrada did not have fastball command. So, what do? Sit on changeup. Okay. You wait for the changeup, he throws a fastball. Okay, there you go, I respect that. But he couldn't throw his fastball for strikes today. So then he throws the changeup and they hit it. Otherwise, they're getting walked or what? Yes, Estrada's defense didn't help him, but he didn't really help himself either. Scott Feldman had a rough time as well. Tepera didn't have a great time. It was just, like I said, a comedy of errors. Nothing went well. One decent base hit by Devin Travis. Great. That was okay. But otherwise, Man, that was tough. And, I could throw the argument out there again. 2 balls hit to the warning track but didn't leave the yard. But, I mean, at this point, those arguments mean nothing. If it was a close game, like a 1 or 2 run game, then yeah, those Tulowitzki's warning track and Kevin Pillar's warning track, yes, I could say that. But I can't. This game is way too out of hand. That 2 hits over the fence won't really mean anything. So, I don't... That was bad. That was really bad. And now, we're 2 games out. And we're hurting ourselves, too. That's the part that I'm really getting frustrated with. We're hurting ourselves, more or less. It's not like the other teams are beating us well, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not like they're just outplaying us. We're playing good, but it's just they're outplaying us. No, we're playing bad. And I'm going to say it. That needs to change like that. As in tomorrow. But again, it's not going to be easy. Eduardo Rodriguez coming off a no-hitter that was canceled by an infield single against J.A Happ, who's been really struggling lately. So, a lot of questions. I want to say some good things about what happened today, but, I mean, I guess I could say that third inning was the only inning that they actually showed some fight. Saunders had a good battle and then a base hit. Upton, battle, walked, great. What else happened? Pillar fights off a tough pitch, bloops it in. It's the one piece of luck that I've actually seen over the past little while. And then Travis hits a base hit, great. That's it. That's the only good stuff I can find from this game. Nonetheless, if, let's say, Donaldson comes in and hits a home run, boom, the Jays have a 5-4 lead, totally different ball game. Could have changed the face of things, but alas, we couldn't do anything else. And Rick Porcello just pitched an absolute great game, mixing in a lot of pitches, changing speeds with his fastball and all that kind of stuff, just mixing up a lot of things and just mixed up a lot of the hitters, just made them look stupid on some things. Luckily, Kevin Pillar hit that base hit because he was picking it out of the dirt. Somehow, he gets a base hit. But, that was probably one of the worst performances I've seen all year. I mean, that was bad. Not only was the pitching bad, the hitting was bad except for 1 inning. The bullpen hasn't been great until 1 inning, and then the fielding was atrocious. I feel bad for anybody who went to this game that is a Jays fan. I am so sorry to hear that. But Boston capitalized on our mistakes, right? That's what good teams do. They capitalize on teams' mistakes. Upton makes an error out in the field. They make you pay. For example, on that single and double with an error to Brock Holt, what do? They grind it out. Pedroia flies out. Or no, then the wild pitch moves him up. Navarro had a couple that go by him. And then Pedroia does a good job of hitting, gets the ball deep, sac fly, scores a run, makes a mistake, right? So there were a lot of mistakes that were capitalized on, and that's what good hitting teams will do to you. And our hitting was really nowhere to be found. I mean, I'd like to say... They just need to come out firing tomorrow and show some fight, because they didn't show fight. Boston came out and said, they came out with a winning attitude, really. They came out here and said, we're going to win this. And the Jays are like, I guess we'll see what happens, No, you got to come out fighting. And from the get-go, you could see which team wanted and was going to win this game. That's what's going to happen. It was so tough to watch, and the division hopes, I wouldn't say they're slipping away because it's only 2 games left. We still have a lot of games to play, blah, 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 all that stuff. Who knows? We could win the next 2 games, and then this opening game really doesn't mean anything. I don't know. You never know. I'm just hoping for a better performance tomorrow. We need it. And I think we need to get on Eduardo Rodriguez early. You can't let him settle in, because as Boston fans know, Oakland let him settle in and see where that got them. Pretty much to a no-hitter. And J.A Happ needs to just have a good start. The starting pitching has been so bad lately. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you guys really enjoyed the video, subscribe, I guess, and we're going to see more of good stuff, right? How about that? We're a video every day. You know that. Every game, really. Not every day, technically. And comment down below what you thought of this, and what do you think is going to happen tomorrow? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow afternoon about hopefully an evening up the series and a Jays win. We'll talk to you guys post game.